Today, perfect husbands and porn.
So when you dated your husband in the beginning, did you ever answer the door with your hair all crazy?
Hey, it's the Moral Marriage Podcast. Today, I have a good one for you. You react, so you repeat your cycle.
I'm Cass.
I'm Catherine.
Today we want to talk about the nice guys, covert contracts, and why it's killing your marriage.
How to help someone who's sitting in their pain. And we can talk about people in general. And today I want to talk about money and how it's not the problem. Because guys, you can't solve problems if people are presenting fake shit.
We're Moral Marriage.
Let's flip divorce statistics with the new marriage.
Welcome to the Moral Marriage Podcast, guys. I'm super excited about this episode because it's once again from fan mail. I love it when you guys send in your questions. Today, perfect husbands and porn. Now, I'm just going to go out on a limb here and say if the problems in your relationships go anywhere, porn, alcohol that's contributing to problems, lack of provision, providing money financially, in and out of church, if that's what you believe, you don't have a perfect spouse, okay? Now, I understand that you taught me this.
Wait, first of all,
Yeah.
even if all those things don't exist, you don't have a perfect spouse.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I understand. You taught me that perfection in the pedestal doesn't work. That's why when I read No Mercy, Nice Guy, I was well beyond, like 65% through my journey with understanding a lot of this stuff. So that's why it clicked, and it's why I could take No Mercy, Nice Guy and turn it into systems and into step-by-step to break this, conquer the nice guy. And that's why that book didn't really do that for most people. It's why I won't go any too far, but it's such an awareness book. And then when you understand that, you realize you're perfect just as the way you are. When we understand that we must all be unapologetically ourselves, that doesn't give you free reign to be a douchebag or mean.
You still have to, you still have to work on the qualities that are not nice, that are not kind, that are selfish. You still need to work on all of your human nature.
Mm-hmm.
But it's okay to be you. You don't have to be the same as anybody else. You don't have to reach anybody else's goals and milestones. You need to be the best you that you possibly can be.
Oh, I'm so glad you said that, because that is horseshit, and we're going to talk about that coming up.
Oh, interesting.
In the next episode we're filming right after this. So
I'm on the edge of my seat. I love it when he tells me I'm wrong.
It's not that you're wrong. It's just that we got to view it differently. Stay tuned for that episode. But ladies and gentlemen, you're not perfect if you succumb to things like porn. Okay, now this woman, the message was incredible how much she loves her husband, but the damage she is feeling from his desire to use porn, from the damage that she is feeling from feeling the disconnect that she craves so much. Why do you think she's saying he's perfect, right? I can't quite recall because I wrote this note down, I think it was 2 weeks ago, but when I saw it, but I'm pretty sure it was like he's nailing everything in life, the providing, the great dad, they do have fun, they go on dates, all that stuff. But if you think about the isolation this woman is describing inside of her, you're putting this man up on a pedestal instead of telling him how you truly feel. Baby, when you watch porn, the fact that you can't let that go, it's destroying me inside. I feel, would be a better way to put it, destroyed. I feel unworthy. I feel unloved. I feel insert indisputable fact and insert feeling. And you have different ways of sharing feelings. Do you want to talk about
It's basically the same. Yeah. It's a 3-part system. I feel emotion when the situation or the behavior, and I need, state positive need. And it doesn't have to be in that order. And positive need means instead of saying, I need you to stop yelling at me, that's telling someone what you want them to stop doing. So you tell them what you want them to do. I want you to speak tenderly to me. I want you to speak respectfully to me. I feel destroyed. I feel abandoned when you watch porn, and I need you to watch things that are going to be fulfilling for your soul.
Or I need you to see about getting help, because we get porn out of people's lives every single day, and we're not the only ones. More and more people are becoming aware of this, but I don't want to get down that road too much. We did an episode recently on porn. I really want to hit this home. The more you put your partner on a pedestal, then those things that destroy you, typically you're not sharing your feelings the way that we are describing right now. Okay, so you end up puking your feelings or puking your needs all over your partner. In essence, you start to belittle them. You start to tear them down. You start to get your partner in a position of, do you even like me? And somewhere in there, whether they recognize that or not, they start to pull back. They stop touching you if they know you need touch. They start to cope with other things. And you're probably doing the same thing. And where is that taking you in your relationship, you guys? You're splitting, you're dividing, you're disconnecting. We absolutely have to get more on board with being who we are. And it's not acceptable to say, well, I watch porn, that's what I do. Men,
That's not who
women-
you are.
that's not-
That's what you do.
That's right. Listen,
That's one of the human nature qualities that I said you need to work on no matter what.
That's right.
Selfishness, coping mechanisms, personality traits that are not favorable. We can't, you can be unapologetically yourself without having all the crap that comes with our human nature. You constantly need to work on it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You don't have the right to be a douche, because if you truly loved your partner, you could step outside yourself for a second. Let's move ourselves away from porn for a second. Let's just say you're barely getting by financially, okay? And you can step outside yourself when your partner is feeling like alone and scared for the future, okay? Because you can't afford groceries, or you can't, do some of the fun things that you want to do, whatever it is, okay? Step outside yourself and realize, I love my wife. I love my husband. What is it that I'm missing? Right? If I truly would like to be, as she said, my best version, well, you should know that getting by doesn't qualify, and blaming the government or the economy or the boss that whatever didn't give you the promotion, that's still your fucking problem. The rest of us decide to move forward. It's the same. I said this on calls with my guys this week, twice on 2 different calls. It's the same thing if you're talking about working out. It's the same thing if you're talking about blaming your wife and listening to the group in the community for their validation, or asking for their support to lift you out of this bad behavior that you don't want because you love your partner. But your partner won't ever be able to have that support and that hope that belief that they can do more, because you are lying to them, right? No matter how much you say, I don't want you to watch porn and all this stuff, when you undermine all the beautiful requests, the sharing feelings properly, the moving forward, saying what you want rather than what you don't want, and you undermine it with negativity, with attacks, with blame, with how could you do this? You're just destroying me, blah, blah, blah. You're not leading your partner. Let's face it. If you don't like it, you're the one who has to lead it. We were laughing with the guests in our house here, and there's chaos in our house right now.
Oh.
Everybody's working like 18, 20-hour days. And then we're like up again, back to the gym, back to work again, right? And it's chaos. The house is even more of a mess than normal. We're getting more of these animals. They're dropping like flies, man, like into our home. They just like multiply, and it's chaos. But we all laughed. The men that are here, and we just laughed. There was no girls with us. We were just I think all of you guys went to bed. We were laughing. And even my guests, men in my program, they were like, oh man, it shouldn't bother me. If I see that diaper on the floor, I'll just pick it up and throw it in the garbage. Like, that's what it's all about. If you don't like it, sorry, I always trigger my wife.
And the dog.
That's what it's all about. Sorry, baby.
Thank you.
It's what it's all about. If you want something different in your life, stop blaming your partner. Stop putting them on a pedestal, then blaming them. What you want to do is lead them. I love how you reminded them to start with what you want, not with what you don't want. That's all I have today. Do you have anything, baby cakes?
No, that was it. I think the only thing that I picked out was, you said, what was the name of this one? It's Your Perfect Husband,
Your perfect husband,
porn.
but porn. Yeah.
So stop saying something like that. First of all, there's no perfection. And if you're saying perfect except for this, that this thing that you're talking about is a really big thing. And yes, it's hurting you, but the reason that it's hurting you is because you're not expressing positive need, like he said, asking for what you want, and you're allowing bitterness and resentment to build up in your spirit, which is when you start to blame, because your partner can't read your mind. Sometimes porn is done in secret, and a lot of coping mechanisms are practiced in secret. And so sometimes you guys haven't had conversations unless it's a very fleeting, you tell them that you don't want them to do it. There's no deep conversation where you can have a deep understanding of how each person feels about that thing. And then one person starts hiding, one person feels resentful and bitter and all those sorts of things. So stop. Whoever sent that fan mail, my husband is perfect, but porn, take all of that out of your vocabulary.
You literally undermine everything positive that you say. That's why Catherine makes the joke, not 7 positives to outweigh 1 negative. It's like 700 in marriage, because by the time you stuff this in, you're feeling resentful, maybe contemptuous, and the attack comes out or the blame comes out. Then all that is when the puking starts. It's all the defending yourself, and you're not protecting your future. If you're defending yourself, you're protecting yourself. That's why it's called defense. Okay. So if you want more, you've got to do it differently, guys. And that's what we're all about. Stop doing it the way everybody else tells you. Okay. Guys, Disrupting Divorce, The New Man, get your copy. All right. newrockpress.com/DD. Sorry, I keep clapping. I'm excited. newrockpress.com/DD. That's my publisher. If you're not in the US, it's going to be better to go to, say, somewhere like Amazon, but it's everywhere. All right, guys. We'll see you later.
Bye.